Dr. Jerome Corsi is going to join us for like 10 minutes. Then I want to open the phones up exclusively for Americans of African descent who disagree, agree, whatever. I mean, I see Snoop Dogg and Viacom and MTV. It's been well documented. I've had Professor Griff, everybody on who heard about it. I've got it from the executives that were at MTV, rock stars, you name it, that were high level. They said in the late 80s, early 90s, you're going to put out gangster rap. We wanted these people to be primed to be basically put in prison. And now it's spread everywhere. Gangster rap has, like, infested the Middle East. It's associated with crime everywhere. Most of the rappers end up getting shot or put in prison. The others that don't, like Rick Ross, is a former jail guard who pushes this whole gangster rap thing to get kids to think it's cool. People on the street think it's cool. They end up getting put in prison. That's why I want decriminalization of drugs, to stop making it cool, take the money out of it, not legalization. The drug culture is horrible, but keeping it illegal empowers all these scummy groups. And Snoop Dogg comes out with a music video calling for gun control, but then saying kill President Trump, with him simulating killing Trump. And all I'm saying to Snoop is, man, do you understand that you and all the Democrats and everybody else saying kill the president and all this other crap, you're messing with the return of George Washington here, okay? I mean, Trump's delivered in 53 days, massive new jobs for poor people, with a true focus on African-American areas, $25 billion when Obama gave $4 billion to the black colleges. Just everything is good. And you're sitting there on Saturday Night Live saying, I don't like black people, they're aliens. That's quoting Alec Baldwin as the president. And he says, I learned it from Alex Jones. And then they have the new Homeland show with Jake Weber saying basically the same crap, and I'm setting up innocent veterans and stuff, and it's supposedly Alex Jones. This is weaponized media. Do you understand what happens in countries when you try to kill a president and every news channel promotes killing him? You understand what happens if you fail? You're going to go to prison for this. You're not going to get away with this. And we understand this is total war. We get it. I mean, 90% of the military is awake. 80% of the CIA is already on the Patriot side. You people are in deep trouble, folks. You're in deep trouble. I know 15 years ago and 12 years ago from multiple sources, SEAL Team 6 was ordered to watch my show, listen to my show. Special Operations Command, people were like, watch this. And that was from higher-ups saying, we're going to move against the globalists in the future. We can't tell you all the classified stuff. Watch this. This guy's got it all figured out. And I'm not bragging. There was Dr. Corsi. There was Lou Dobbs. There was Matt Drudge exposing it. People like Joseph Farah. We have the biggest audience other than Drudge. And Drudge magnifies what we're doing. And I love that Drudge is there. God, it feels so good. I wish there were 10 Drudges. This isn't competition. This is life or death, because they know they're losing. And they know they're in trouble. And they're so scared that people might grow a brain in this country and actually realize how they've been manipulated. So I want to open the phones up for African-American listeners to the show to give me your take on this. And the take of, you know, if you saw Saturday Night Live where they have Alec Baldwin playing the part of the president, and I can't even do imitations anymore because they'll actually take the clip and show it like I said it. They've done this. 2 weeks ago, they've done it a bunch. I said, you know, they'll say I'm anti-gay when I'm not anti-gay, and I never have been. And then Colbert has me going, I'm anti-gay. And my lawyers say, yeah, you can sue him, you can probably win, but it'll cost millions and take years. I don't have time, but at the same time, it's like, you know, now I don't think black people are human. I never said that. What the, you know, this is, and it's not that it is even hurting me. It's that, wow, they put it in the mouth of the president with Alec Baldwin. When all I want is prosperity for everybody. I want to see everybody off the Democratic plantation. I genuinely care about everybody. I protested the Ku Klux Klan more than 15 times. My dad's dad got elected as an Eisenhower Republican in East Texas to desegregate the schools. And I still, when I was a kid, sometimes we'd be at the grocery store and people walk over to my grandmother and say, F you, N-word lover, for what you've done. And I'm not just saying that, that happened. And both my grandfathers almost died in World War II fighting Hitler in the Army Air Corps. And then I get to see the Jewish forward say, I love Hitler, and not even show a quote. Man, it's next level lies, folks. It's next level evil, and it's wrong. It's wrong. But why they're scared of us is they know we put out stories every day that are exclusive, that the White House leaks to us, that sources tell us to go to in Congress. That former vice head of the Intelligence Committee on just 2 weeks ago, Kurt Weldon, saying, I've seen all the documents. Hillary's a Chinese communist agent and on the Russian payroll. Well, that's in the news now, but didn't even get picked up in the news. But it got picked up here. You saw it. You heard it. And his latest article, Confirmed. Treasury report confirms what we said 2 weeks ago. Obama stole from Fannie and Freddie investors nearly $200 billion to fund Obamacare. That's only part of the documents we've gotten that came out in lawsuits that the White House directed us to. So, yeah, they're pissed, folks. They're pissed that Fox is chicken and won't put this out. Others are, but Drudge will, InfoWars will, Daily Caller will, WorldNet Daily will. They're mad. They're mad the president's got somebody on the ground that'll tell the truth. And in response, 2 national TV shows saying that I hate veterans and black people. Just unbelievable. With no proof. They have actors doing it. I mean, it's next level. And so that's why I'm harping on this, is because it isn't about me getting attacked. It's every day they're saying kill Donald Trump all over TV, media, entertainment news. No one gets in trouble. I know they want to make him look like an authoritarian. They're trying to bait him into a deal. He's trying to get the economy turned back on. And hopefully then he knows the public will wake up, which approval rating shows. But I think the president is miscalculating. And I said it was a miscalculation to get rid of Flynn. Turns out Trump didn't even do that. They steamrolled him and tricked him into doing it like they do, his chief of staff. Same thing happened. I said on Thursday, I said, this is no way Trump did this to Sessions. He admits he met with the Russian ambassador twice. That's on his book. He didn't meet with him in the campaign. And, of course, the Clintons met even more. It's come out. That's totally normal. And it turned out Trump didn't do that. They stampeded Sessions in doing it, and people inside his administration told him to do it without Trump's approval. Because Trump tries to delegate. And he's like, he yelled at him. He said, and I heard about it before it was in the news. He literally blew up and left. He said, I can't believe you people won't stand up to these people. So he's committed. He's very fatalistic about it. I can tell you that. He's told people, he's known for a long time, that I'm ready. I'm not stopping. I'm just doing the right thing, and I don't care what happens. And if America deserves all this reform and all this success, then they're going to get it. But it makes me physically sick to see them not just lying about me, because I'm the second most attacked person now, which is a great honor. But when I say that, it's like 100 times more against Trump. I'm attacked every day, everywhere with incredible lies. With him, it's hundreds of times a day. And so they don't want you to hear this info that Corsi's got. They want to, Twitter's starting to block us. It's all happening. They're coming after us, folks. You want somebody to fight. You want somebody to stand up. We're doing it. And I'm not bitching. I expect to be attacked. Just know the epic level of this war. So when I tell Snoop Dogg saying kill the president, I don't care what happens to Snoop Dogg. I'm not against Snoop Dogg. But, man, he wants to be in this world of calling for killing people and stuff. Dude, we're not in the make-believe tough guy rap world of MTV, man. I mean, let me tell you, the Democrats and people are very, very close. And it's not going to be the way they think it's going to be. I mean, you guys are foreign enemies. You're trying to overthrow the country. You're openly calling for sedition. You brought out the race riot crap out of Ferguson again. You're doing all this openly. It's in your own white papers, your own admissions. You're claiming we're the foreign enemy when you're the globalist. And I'm just letting you know, we kicked your ass in the election. And if you start some civil war, it's going to happen there too. And we're not going to just fight your dumb cannon fodder. The police and the military are going to go around the dumbasses you got burning stuff in the street. And every one of you globalists better be on those planes to Kauai and Tasmania. And that's not a threat. I can look at the tea leaves and tell where this is going. I don't want it to be this way. I want prosperity and I want a future. But if you want to fight and you're looking for one, this isn't fake world. We're about getting things done and changing the world. Dr. Corsi, you got big news they're trying to censor. Then I'll take the calls at 800-259-9231. A little bit the next hour with David Knight, who's been off for a week of well-deserved vacation in Florida with the family. 800-259-9231 here in our great republic. 800-259-9231. But I want to hear specifically from black folks about what do you make of this? I mean, it's just crazy. And you look at the numbers, all Trump's doing, no president has ever, not even Abraham Lincoln, tried to deliver to black people in this country like Trump's doing. It's actually, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. And then to see the full attack by the bought and paid for controlled assets that want to make sure all the blacks get put in prison and aborted like Snoop Dogg, it's sickening. So 800-259-9231. 800-259-9231. I apologize if you were calling earlier. I hadn't given the number out so they don't turn the phone system onto that. Dr. Corsi, I know I want to get you back to your writing and your work and everything that's happening as you form the D.C. Bureau there in D.C. But this news story's big. But what do you make of the all-out fake news attack on myself and Trump?
Well, it's going to continue. I mean, it's also going on Roger Stone. Been writing about that all day.
Oh, he's a Russian agent, yeah.
He's a Russian agent. The Democrats are just in denial. The ones who were close to Putin were Hillary and Podesta, both of whom were getting paid by them, by the Russians.
And that's all come out. But what I'm asking you is, I've never seen the media and the system allow mainstream people to say kill Trump everywhere and organize. This is organized crime. If I was saying this about Obama, I should be arrested. I never called for violence against Obama. This is wrong. They just can't keep doing this.
It is very shocking. I mean, if anyone had ever said this about President Obama, that you'd have Secret Service knocking on your door that afternoon. But of course, now that the mainstream media and these artists are out there saying outrageous things of violence they're going to do to the president, it's just considered to be normal. I mean, it's shocking, and the Secret Service needs.
They've taken our restraint for weakness.
Well, and also the attacks are intensifying because the stakes are now so high. The left knows it lost. Hillary lost catastrophically.
I want the gloves off on Snoop Dogg. I want the gloves off. Go ahead.
You should have them. And I mean, I do want to cover what we've got in this article today.
No, I know it's big. This is why they're trying to block us, because they want to ignore the huge stories you and others are putting out that are absolutely groundbreaking. You put this out almost 2 weeks ago. Now, new Treasury docs have confirmed your analysis. And again, you got a Harvard degree. You're a top finance expert. Go ahead.
I worked with an expert who was an outside auditor for Freddie. We went through the Treasury annual reports and could document where the money was taken from the investors from Freddie and Fannie, the two large mortgage giants. The Treasury put it into to their general fund, and then we watched the accounting. We did an Excel chart which shows exactly how the money was diverted into health and Medicare, and the dollar flows are dramatically a pattern that confirms when the money was taken out of Fannie and Freddie, Treasury shuffled it off into this commerce and housing, and then it ends up in their line items for expenditures in health and Medicare.
And I've looked at the federal law. You've covered it. It's totally illegal.
Totally illegal. And this also proves, and why it's so important right now.
It's time for all these gangster thugs, the Democratic Party, that want to fight. It's time they start getting one. Of course, they'll just blow up a school and say we did it. No, I mean, it's time politically for them to get their asses indicted for this and everything else.
This shows, Alex, that Obamacare was bankrupt. And if the Obama administration had not illegally taken money that was never appropriated for this purpose, looted it, and robbed the investors. I mean, there's lawsuits on this. The investors this is the biggest theft of corporate dividends in U.S. financial history.
Which is also meant to blow up. We know he was always an enemy of this investment because it was actually government doing good for people and actually creating wealth. So Obama spent his 8 years trying to destroy it. Why is that?
Well, and this is a whole income shifting to the low income. This is what Obamacare
because the elites want renters. They admit that. Goldman Sachs admits they don't want Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They don't want home ownership. That's
right. And they want the whole purpose behind this is Obama had a war on against middle-class home ownership. He wanted to change the United States from a homeowners, American dream,
to renter.
Own your own home, into well-housed nation of renters like Europe. And the only subsidies would have been to the low-income
to coffin apartments
buyers, and that's in the Treasury documents. We have that fully disclosed, and this is all ironclad. I mean, if you take a look at the article today, it's a very detailed financial analysis of the Treasury Department's own annual reports and their own accounting that documents where the money went into and from the investors stolen from Fannie and Freddie, shifted into Obamacare to keep Obamacare from going bankrupt. It's a huge story. And by the way, I wrote this article today because the Washington Examiner doubted that we could do this analysis. And I want to show the Washington Examiner that they're the ones who are wrong. They're the ones who didn't know how to read the financials of the Treasury Department. And Maria Bartiromo has picked this up on Fox Business and has started making it a major issue. One of her largest tweets ever. She did it on Friday, and this issue is now going viral.
And let's be clear. See, we don't operate like other news organizations. I call up to get guests on all the time to promote their website, their news organization. They go, oh, the owner says, I'm not going to name names, we're not supposed to go on your show now. And I'm like, do you understand? We're trying to win the war. Our platform in this case was like 20 times bigger conservatively. They go, no, we know that. They don't get it. We want people to come on. When you write these articles, you give, I've told you, but you agree with me. It was you go to these meetings, you give them your research. that you're doing with your White House sources, and they just can't even believe that someone else is giving them the scoop. We want to defeat them. We don't care about having our article read more than yours. Of course, he's already had 3 #1 New York Times sellers. I've already got the biggest political talk show, even bigger than Limbaugh now overall. I'm not trying to be the biggest guy. Drudge is 10 times bigger with overall click. I love that. I want to defeat them. Understand that. We have to work together. But that's one big problem in conservative libertarian media. Even when stuff's super hardcore, you go to people's sites, it's all their stuff. And then never ours or theirs. You go to InfoWars, it's everybody's stuff. I mean, don't people get we're in a total battle here? Every ounce of our energy matters. It's got to be directed downstream in the war at the enemy.
What we've got here, Alex, is this is the Treasury Department's own financial analysis.
You have their own internal documents, huge bombshell. Exactly.
And we're guided through this by one of the former auditors from Freddie. The documents have come to us through the White House sources. We're tipped off on
and this could destroy Obama and all these criminals. This is bigger than the Haiti scam by an order of, 100 times. Haiti's $2 billion. This is $200 billion. And by the way, I noticed you've only gotten a few years of it. You've got 2 years of the 8 years. It's much worse.
Yes, it goes ultimately $260 billion. It's the biggest theft of a dividend, a private corporate dividend in U.S. corporate history.
Then the way to phrase this to break it out is Obama did secret bail-in raiding private investments to fund his programs. I mean, that's it. Just like Greece did, just like what's the other island? Cyprus did. This Obama did a bail-in, secret Obama bail-in discovered. There's your headline.
You're right. And also the subheadline is Obama was happy to throw middle-class homeowners to the dogs. He was going to end the 30-year mortgage, which is a key mortgage that gets people into their first homes. It has for decades. And Obama, the documents we have where they internally discussed closing Freddie and Fannie, they admit that they're going to do detriment to the middle-class homeowners market. They're going to make home ownership more expensive in America, and the Obama administration doesn't care.
Well, I want to invite you on the Nightly News tonight to do a 15-minute report, roll through the documents, with the host tonight, so we can really put this out tomorrow, because the headline's key. This is a strong headline, but it's so criminal. It's got to be, I mean, the truth is that Obama was caught in secret bail-ins, raiding private investment funds, committing massive felonies. So there's our real headline. We need to get this out. Great job, Dr. Corsi. I'm going to have Rob Dew call you right now to see when you can tape for the Nightly News to walk through these documents one by one. We're going to come back with callers out there on SNL's lie that Donald Trump hates black people, claiming he got it from me because Alec Baldwin said so. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action.